opened up.
Oh my
That
god.
little metal thing in there.
Yeah,
just
look, the
broke.
Jersey barrier moves. Look how much it moves. I guess you can't see it.
Okay, so what happened there? It crumpled the whole rear.
So basically, the rear. So we didn't know this. So we're trying. Let's fast forward to what I was saying. We're trying to fix the car.
Yeah.
So now it's Sunday, whatever. Now come Tuesday, we're like, fuck this. We're not fixing the car, right? We're gonna buy a car. We're looking for a chassis, and then all of a sudden, Gary. You remember Gary?
You don't know his last name?
No.
That's crazy.
No, you know Gary with the green S14. He's friends with Gary Lewis. He's friends with Mikey Walsh back in the day.
Yeah.
I haven't talked to him in years. He just sends me an Instagram reel,
Yeah,
and it's that Twitchmaster kid giving away a free car if he gets 100,000 followers. So I hit him up. I'm like, yo, man, like, whatever. Oh, no. He hit me up because I had posted on my story. I'm like, get me this car. And apparently he told me he had like 1,000 DMs, like people commenting, following him, like, give Tom the car. He just like hit me up and he's like, oh, I guess you like need a car, huh? And I'm like, yeah, man, this is what happened.
Who is this
and that.
guy?
Some kid from Florida. He just parts out cars, and what he does is like he parts them out, and they're
then-
usually rusty, and scraps them because there's nothing left on it.
Scraps?
Well, what person other than one of us in this room is going to take a car with no harnesses, no wiring whatsoever, like a bare shell?
Take me out of that. Take
Front
take
Street
me
should
out of
have
that.
a garage that they just put these shells into right now.
Just on shelves.
Yeah.
Don't out that. Don't out that.
It doesn't even need to be big.
Frank, get 23 off the shelf over there.
Yeah. Like, get number 24. Yeah, that one's good. Yeah.
Yeah, that one's a little bit more rusty than the rest. We'll use that one first.
Beep, beep, beep. And you just, like, crane. get it.
It's Alex too. Like,
Yeah.
Yeah. Anyways, so like we're talking. He's like, "Oh, I'll give you the car." Like, okay, I'll give you the car. He said something about like even if he got 100,000, he gave the car away. It was gonna end up being a 16-year-old kid that like from somewhere in the world.
And then he
that's
just
not,
scraps it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Because that's what happened. He was scrapping cars. And everyone's like talking shit. But like you made your $8,000 on your car parting it out. You don't need the shell, right?
I mean,
so
I
whatever.
don't know.
He gives me the car.
Which is
And
insane.
now
by
he
the
lives
way.
in Florida.
Yeah.
So now I'm like, fuck, what's next?
You got to go get
How
it.
do I get this car, right? So Jimmy makes a post, I make a post. It was funny. So you know the Tokyo Drift when they totaled the Mona Lisa? The Mona Lisa.
Yeah.
That's 15.
And they find the car in the back.
No, but when he totals it first, he hits the wall.
Okay.
Like in the compound. Jimmy
Yeah.
just sends a picture of that to our group chat and just said 2024, but he's a union construction worker from New York City. So he screenshots that and puts that on the story. And he's like, who can transport a car from Florida to New York? 5 minutes later, someone hits me up. Yo, man, I'm like at OSW heading back with an empty trailer.
Oh, wow.
He's like, pay for my fuel and I'll drop it off. And I was like, okay, next. What do we need next? Cage. I call Joe Curson from Action Fab. I'm like, yo, man, so we're going to tube my car this week. Can we cage a car? He's like, how long do I have? I was like, like 5 days. And I'm like, oh, but I still got to cut the fenders, weld the fenders shut, stitch weld the chassis, and do all the bracing like that we do, you know? Like that, like the GK Tech kits, all the bracing. I'm like, fuck, Joe, can I do all this at your house while you do the cage? So there's like videos of me cutting the quarter panels or me like grinding the engine bay and him like
Doing the cage,
but like we're blowing sparks at each other's faces. Like it was like the most crazy shit you could ever. That like it sucks that wasn't like I wish we had a filmer with us the whole time. We did, but like if you watch the first video of like us, they were taking the car apart and we were starting building my car. Like the first video of Jimmy's series.
Yeah.
And like there's bits and pieces, but I think it got so clashed up that you couldn't really tell the chaos. But we did a full roll cage with both of us working 5 a.m. to 3 p.m. every day, 5 days a week, 6 days a week. And we did the cage in 5 days after work.
This sounds
Plus-
And everything else that you did.
Plus, I stitch welded the bay. We did intrusion bars inside the chassis, like in the firewall, from the firewall to the strut tower so they can't bend again. I did all the GK Tech, like power brace, bracing. I braced control arms. I cut the quarter panels while the quarter panels cut shut. My goal was to bring it to Jimmy's shop as a bare shell, ready to be wire wheeled, undercoated, engine bay painted. So
You didn't want the holdup to be that. Like you got all of that done.
yeah, done. Because it took me like 2 full days at Joe's house. So now Joe lives about an hour and a half from me. So every day after work, I was going an hour and a half home. So now come Wednesday, I took off work Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Come Wednesday, I picked up the car. I drove straight to Jimmy's, which is like 5 hours.
Now you're doing this. You're rushing this for a reason, right?
For Final Bout, yeah.
And how
Final
far
Bout.
away was?
So I totaled the car. So it's funny. I was looking for the videos the other day, and I'm like, oh shit, I totaled this car in June. No, I totaled like July. I totaled like July 20th or something like that. And Final Bout is August 29th.
Yeah, almost a month away.
Yeah. So basically, I have all that done from like my car being totaled whenever it was, July 18th, to now we got a new car, my car stripped, this new car caged, and all the fabrication welding is completely done. I only know this because it was my birthday. I drove to Jimmy's shop on July 31st. And then I pulled my subframes out that night. We went to bed at like midnight. The next morning we woke up, literally just started blasting all the rubberized undercoating off the car.
What was the method you used to do that?
Well, cone, wire wheel, and muscles.
Jesus.
And we had wet bandanas wrapped around our face. I swear to God, I've been coughing since.
Since?
I just got a little drip in my throat.
Yeah, I must be a little sick.
That's crazy, dude.
So
That's insane, though.
So we get the car Wednesday, right to Jimmy's shop. We drop the subframes. Now Thursday, we basically wire wheel the whole inside of the chassis.
This is the craziest part.
We sand the cage. We wire wheel the whole bottom of the car and the wheel wells. We DA and sand the whole entire engine bay. Anthony comes there at 9 o'clock after work. We Raptor line the bottom of the car. We use that SEM it's basically a Pour 15, but SEM's version.
Yeah, it's not Pour 15.
It's better. It's way better. It doesn't pour, but it's neutral, rust neutralizer.
Yeah.
So all of like the random rust. First of all, this car was from Florida, but like, so you saw we had to cut the sunroof out.
Jimmy was working. I saw Jimmy's post
We
on
roof
that.
skinned the car basically without a roof skin.
Without a roof skin?
Yeah, so I had to cut pieces off my chassis. So the whole rain tray for the sunroof,
Yeah.
I cut that off the old car and welded that in. And then we cut the whole right corner off my other roof and welded that in. I did the rocker and Jimmy did the A-pillar, which was terrible. The A-pillar was rotted out to the door hinge and everything. And then the whole inside of the car where all the seam sealer was had like this stupid rust. So that first day, we neutralized all that rust inside the car. We undercoated the car and painted the engine bay. That's Thursday. Go to bed at like 1 a.m. Wake up at 8 a.m. the next day.
Oh, God, dude.
We painted the cage. We put the motor in. We put the drivetrain in. I think we had it like basically the motor and the full drivetrain in, bolted in with the roll cage painted Friday night. And then Saturday, I wish I could pull up pictures. There was like, everyone was off work. We had like 20 dudes there. We had people, Jimmy's buddy.
Now, were these people working or were they just like standing there?
No. Everybody was working.
You had everyone.
Dude, this Jimmy's buddy Travis came there and he just like started welding intercooler piping. I was wiring the car. Jimmy was making fuel lines. Beans and Wild Steve were taking the fuel tank out of my other car. There was like 2 other people there just like wrenching on random
Josh
shit.
was there, dude.
Josh was there wiring, doing all the wiring underneath the dashboard.
It's so
like,
crazy that everyone was actually working. Because
This was
when
a
you have
team
someone,
effort, dude.
So
when you have
for-
people come help you with your car or something, and they're all just standing there on their phone.
Nah, I think everyone knew
it's like
that.
3 people.
I think everyone was excited too because everybody stayed until that car ran and did a burnout at 1 a.m.
that day.
That Saturday.
That was probably such a sick feeling for
So
everybody.
now we're going from Wednesday picking it up from caging it to driving 4 or 5 hours to Jimmy's shop to taking the subframes out, basically restoring a full car,
Yeah.
undercoating it, all that, doing all the drivetrain making all new intercooler piping because it was all crushed. I had to make every single bracket for the oil cooler, power steering cooler, intercooler over because, and you know how much of a bitch that shit is.
Just time consuming.
Just like we literally just when that car started on Saturday night, I could have driven it on the racetrack like ready, like we did not do anything.
It was just the outside that you needed to.
Yeah. So then the next day, me and Josh did all my interior. Like you saw, we have every piece in.
Yeah.
While Jimmy did the rust repair on that A-pillar.
That sounds miserable.
It's the part where the door bolts to all the way up the A-pillar. So it's like an L like this, whatever. So we did that Sunday. That Sunday we like wrapped it up like 6-7 o'clock early.
Oh, early night.
Well, every other day was midnight. So when we left that car, it was like most of the rust repair was done. Whatever. And then I think I went there the next weekend. Me and Jimmy did the rest of the rust repair all on one Saturday.
But that first weekend was the weekend that.
Yeah, everything got done. So the next weekend, me and Jimmy did the rest of the rust repair. We were going to wait for Brian, but he was in Paris. So we're like, yeah, screw it. We could do this. So on my hatch where my taillight is, back right corner, inside the rain tray, there's a piece like this big removed and welded in. You can't even tell we seam sealed it. The whole front right corner of the roof is replaced.
Yeah.
Rear right corner. And then all the rain trays for the sunroof is replaced. We drilled out all the spot welds, hammered and chiseled it all out. And then we did the lower front driver rocker that day too. So all the rust repairs out of the way. And then the next time I went there, I didn't go there the next weekend because it was Grid Life weekend. The following weekend, now we're talking like maybe August like 22nd, right? Something like that.
Were you trying to make it to Grid Life?
Nah, we knew we weren't gonna. So like August 22nd, that weekend, Brian came Sunday, and he did the whole roof. It might have been Friday after work. No, it was Monday. I only know because there was like a death in the family, and I was off from work that weekend, and I was off Monday. So I went there Monday morning, and me and Jimmy. What did we do? We did the roof. Oh no, we fit all the origin arrow, every bit. That Monday, I left there like 7 o'clock at night. The roof was completely bondoed and blocked, and all the origin arrows on, fitted, ready to go, cut everything. So at that point, it was a car. And then
It's basically like
during
a
that week
or two.
yeah, but during that week, like it was just fuck because I had to work every day.
Yeah.
So during that week, like Brian, Jimmy, Spoon, the boys just like took every panel off the car, painted it, primed it. That weekend, that like Thursday, so we're going from Monday fitting everything to that Thursday being in the booth, and Brian spraying everything.
And it looks good too.
And then I went there. I think I went there that Sunday. I drove down. I like went there. I put all like the interior pieces and bits in, and some of the parts in the car, like like all that like last minute bullshit. The seats in, the harnesses in, to the point where like I can like drive this car. And then that following week was Final Bout week. So I was there Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and then we left. We finished the car, like to the point of like, oh, it's done. Like let's go wash the dust off, and then load it on the trailer.
That is.
And drove right to Final Bout. Right to not even to Final Bout. We didn't even go to our hotel.
Yeah.
We drove straight to TF Works.
Yeah.
Because we were going to come here for an alignment, but we couldn't. Ran out of time.
me and you were gone already.
No, we just ran out of time. Yeah, I thought I was going to be able to come here at like 10 a.m., but we didn't finish the car till 6 p.m.
Yeah, I remember.
Then we drove straight from there to Illinois. I think we left Fred Jimmy's shop at like 8. We got to the hotel at like 7:30. We washed our faces and we went right to TF Works.
We saw you that day, right?
Yeah, I think so. We were at TF Works though for when they opened at like 8 a.m.
Yeah.
And then we worked on my car in their lift for like 6 or 7 hours. Damn. There was just so much shit. You build a new car, like the rack wasn't aligned, this and that. So
the final 10%.
And then like, it was crazy though. So like I'm street driving the car, coupler blows off here, like random shit. Get to the racetrack. I just go out and drift everything.
And it was fine?
Oh no, wait, I think I had a problem with something though.
Did you do an axle?
No. No, that was the next. When I first got to Final Bout, my car was on 4 jack stands for some reason. I think the wheel wells were rubbing. Like I had to rebleed my brakes. A lot of bullshit. Like like just stuff that wasn't working. So then then we do the car show. I think my car got like a really high score from what I understood. And then that next morning, like we got to the track, driver's meeting, right into the track and just drifted the car. That was it. Like no real testing. Some highway pulls.
You guys placed, right? It was second place?
Second place, yeah.
Yeah, so
I think I got third place in the singles, right? Third, yeah.
Which is also good.
How do you
considering you just threw that car together?
Do you not remember being there at all?
I just don't remember anything.
You know what we forgot to talk about too?
What?
The fact that Chase from Chase Bays flew out
To
Jimmy's shop.
What?
And he brought all the stuff on my car.
Oh, I did not know he.
I forgot that. So that Saturday
sick.
he flew in.
What the fuck?
He left his house at 3 a.m. to get to Jimmy's shop for 6 or 7 a.m. Then we worked all day on the car.
Did he come with you guys to Final Bout?
No, he met us there. I mean, he was at Final Bout, Chase.
Oh, I thought you meant he came to Jimmy's shop.
He came to Jimmy's shop that Saturday that we had 12 people there.
Yeah.
He just had a briefcase
just went back home.
Chase Bays products.
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah. He brought. I couldn't even name what he brought, but we have the brake booster delete kit. We have the clutch master that they have, which is sick. It fixed all my Z32 transmission problems. They have their own clutch master, which is like a little harder than stock.
I felt it.
It's so much better though. And then it came with a Timken clutch delay valve. He brought his clutch lines.
Yeah, this clutch,
all of his brake lines.
Clutch delay valve is interesting.
What is that?
It's great.
Yeah.
But so like basically every bit of Chase Bay's products on my car, he brought with him there. And he came and helped us install it. He helped us set up the manual brakes. Yeah. Which is like I think a big problem with why people like say they don't like it is because they don't know how to set it up.
That's what he was telling me.
Because it was so great. Like it's night and day driving. Because like when you left foot brake, kind of feels like you lock the front. This is like, you can like gradually brake because you are the booster. You're not just pressure pushing. Yeah. But
so you have more feel.
Yeah. So it's funny. So we're gonna go into like Final Bout problems of the only problems I had of the weekend. So when he brought, I guess it was like misinformation from me because I told him I needed Z32 brake lines, but obviously I have stock rear Z32 front. So he brought, I couldn't put his rear brake lines on, so I kept my old brake lines of X company that is not Chase Bay's. Okay. And like fourth lap out, my rear brake line burst.
Really? Oh my God.
So like I run over to Chase. I'm like, yo, he's like, I got you.
I remember you looking.
Yeah, he ran with me. He came and helped me put the brake lines on. We bled the brakes again. And that was it, yeah.
Damn.
The only product that I did not change on the car was like the rear brake lines.
And they blew.
Right away. Like right away it blew. And then
link.
I snapped an axle too, but that's just like typical.
I literally asked you.
He snapped an axle the other day at the private day.
No, but when I said I had
crazy.
No, but I said like when I first got there, my car's on 4 jack stands. You said I broke an axle. I said no. It didn't break when I didn't drift yet.
I thought you just had a problem-free weekend. I was like, that sounds nice.
Kind of. I mean, it was just
Tom. That's a problem-free weekend.
I didn't take my transmission didn't come out of my car. We're good.
Yeah, literally.
How fast can you do a 350Z axle without jacking up the car? Not that. Like it's in the air already.
In the air, like 5 minutes, not even, or less.
5 minutes. Is
you need like
crazy.
a 6-inch extension, the stubby M12 Milwaukee gun, and a 14 millimeter short socket. And it's a 6-inch extension, but the swivel head ones.
Yeah,
that's it. They just come right out, and then you take the 32 out and you pop it up and out.
You'd be such a good technician at a dealership.
I guess. I think I'd be like a good race car technician.
I want people to also. So you were working that whole time, minus the.
Oh, I worked every day. I took 2 days off. Yeah. That's it to build that car. So like a lot of it got left in Jimmy and Spoon and all theirs hand. I felt terrible about it, but like I think we had no choice. They like.
Jimmy got content out of it too, so it's okay.
I think we all knew what we signed up for.
Yeah, and you guys are friends. Like he's got it. You're on a team.
It was just
you're
hilarious.
Helping your teammate.
They also build cars for a living.
Yeah, so it was just hilarious to be there that last day when we were like finally building it up, and all of us were like just imagine like shirts like down to here and like black eyes, like it was bad.
Like, you just got out of a fucking.
We were like, I can't wait to drive 12 and a half hours to sleep tonight. No, just to we knew that we were getting
the finish line.
Like that's your fucking present.
No, like we weren't even excited to go to Final Bout. We were just like excited to go to sleep that first night.
Yeah, to just
and
rest.
Then Final Bout's the plus.
Yeah,
that is.
Do you think that's your craziest Final Bout prep story so far?
Frankie, they built a fucking car in a month.
You'd be surprised, Carl.
They built a car in a month. How much crazier can it possibly be?
The first special stage, me and Josh just had a conversation about this. I think it was like 9 years ago. I fucking blew a motor up like 2 weeks before the event. It was XDC, the big straight from front track to backtrack. Fucking cooking. I melted my drain line, so my car like goes on fire. Everything roast the bottom end. Like basically should have.